In Season 2, Chapter 14, Later Crater, Graven and Orba ride the slow lift up to ground level where Safira, Erland, and many more kobolds await.
And the little fuse on the bomb is lit.
Cool. Bring him down.
11 fire damage.
Oh my god.
I'm down.
Okay, so the lift has reached the top of the platform, and finally Safira watches as Graven and Orba's heads appear. Immediately, Erland's eyes shoot
And
open.
so Orba through some of the smoke and the flame on the grass and the stone. She's gonna find one little spot where she sees his nose and just...
Our friends retrace their steps out of the Ebbwoods, and Erland shares that after the meeting with Ortiz, the two monks were enlisted to clear out one of Stetson's mines, only to have it collapse with them inside.
What were you hoping to achieve with your friend?
He thought he had information that might perhaps put Atonement's End in its place, if you will. Make it not the place that it was, but he ended up being wrong.
What does that
What
mean?
information could possibly knock out an institution
The way they find their recruits. He thought he had found a conflict of interest between Jillian and Master Hallett. And
Jillian.
Yes, his niece.
Yeah, I understand that, but Jillian's was involved in
He
this
thought
theory?
that Jillian was perhaps finding recruits who weren't as bad as they were supposed to be.
Okay.
So he must have received bad information. Someone named Mr. Progston.
Okay.
That he needs information on, and you wouldn't know this,
Does he
but...
work at Atonement's End?
No, we don't know. He's connected to Atonement's End in some way, but if Ortiz or I are sent back to Atonement's End, information on Mr. Progston would be useful.
Do you believe that you deserved to go to Atonement's End?
Yes. Once she has completed her mission, her training, I will be back at Atonement's End, and when I get back there, information on Mr. Progston might be the difference between life and death for me there.
But as they travel through haunted grounds, the young spirit girl Safira encountered earlier takes interest in her animus bow.
She bends at the waist, and she kind of taps her hands against her thighs, and as she does so, you feel your animus bow begin to kind of...
Ready for this? You were the one who wanted to rest before we even touched the road.
I agree
Come on.
with you. I don't know when the next chance I'll have to do this is.
Another time.
No, there won't be another time.
You don't know
What other
that.
spiritual place are we gonna go to before we go to this insane fucking meeting?
The spirit leads our friends to the remains of her childhood house, and Graven spots kobold symbols that all lead to mortal danger.
Safira,
Yeah.
these symbols here, these three paths.
Oh.
One of them leads to safety, one of them to ghosts, and the other to something big.
Let's do the big one. Uniosmu, o Ariano mono fieha, o pepatko, ergo theomono.
sort of a swelling of spiritual energy, and then as you're holding the bow, it's pulled from your hands and sticks to the ground there. Like,
What San explained to me is that when I go down, if the connection is strong enough, and if the threat was real enough, the spirits are supposed to carry me back to the bow, and then I'm supposed to use the bow to defeat big, scary, whatever the fuck is in that cave.
it says that when you go down, when you're at your most vulnerable, if the connection feels strong, they'll carry you to safety.
Don't want to die, but please let me.
Great. So the entrance to the cave is there, yep.
Orba, I say you go hide now.
Okay, Orba's gonna hide in that tree just diagonal to the left.
Here.
And then she'll, kind of maybe keep going forward after her friends have very much traversed that area.
Okay, so Safira's kind of walking forward. Where's Erland and Graven going?
I'm following Safira.
Okay,
There's
Erland's
trees
kind of
over
staying
there.
by the trees
Yeah.
here. And finally emerging from that sort of dark curtain in front of the cave, you see a sort of gorilla face peek out and one arm kind of holding up at the top of the cave, and then a second arm, and then a third arm, and a fourth arm, and the Gearlawn before you kind of takes a couple steps out, and it has two hands out to the side. With one, it's kind of scratching its stomach, and it looks right at you. And you make eye contact with it.
Oh god.
And it starts to run towards you, and that is where we're going to end.
Will Safira's spiritual companions keep her safe after she falls? Can the others stay out of harm's way as the Gearlawn rages? How helpful will an improved animus bow be when there's no one left to shoot it? Find out next time on Tabletop Notch.